Hey everybody, Dr. Jones here with another weekly video message, and today I want to talk to you about perception and the idea of framing your day. You see, we make our own day by our thoughts because our thoughts shape our approach. And so no matter what happens during the course of the day, the beginning, the middle, or the end, whether positive or negative, the choice is ours. We can either continue to move forward in positivity or we can stay in negativity. Now, that's a lot to take at first, so let me explain a little bit of how. You see, it has to do with inner and outer dialogue. We constantly have an inner dialogue running in our mind about how we see things, how we perceive ourselves, how we perceive others, how our day is going. And you know, if you take a moment and stop, and you can even do this with a notebook if you want, if you take a moment and note every time you have some inner dialogue or some inner thoughts, whether they're positive or negative, oftentimes we can be pretty rough and it's pretty negative. And then what happens is the next step, which makes it even worse and harder to change, is we vocalize that and it becomes our outer dialogue. We speak it out loud and then it makes it real. And then somebody else gets involved and they help make it real by thinking they're supporting us. So once we take our inner dialogue and move it out, it becomes more meaningful and long-lasting. For example, how many times does something happen and you say to yourself, oh, I'm having such a bad day. And then you say it to somebody else. And they can, oh, really? And then everybody kind of gets on. And you really believe that your day is ruined because of something that happened. Where instead, you should maybe look at it and say, geez, you know, it's too bad that happened. Or I can't believe that thing happened. And then put it away, deal with it, move on with your day so that you can live positively and productively. Matter of fact, one of my friends, he even says how fascinating when something bad happens. And that triggers him and his wife, I believe, to move forward and understand that they're not going to get mired down in negativity. For example, today, I'm sick. And so being sick, I woke up late, I rushed around the house, I forgot to eat breakfast, which for me is a pretty big deal. Then I get caught in traffic on the way to work. Now, I could have said, oh, this day is done, and packed it in. But I had something important to do at work, and I'll tell you what, when I showed up at work, keeping those negative thoughts at bay, and met some students that were there to help out with the task that I had today at work, it made all the difference. I was flying high, positive, and realized that these things I could put away, and the rest of the day rolled out in a positive manner. I had that control. I was able to control how my day went. And because of that, I actually had two other students come up to me, separate instances, where they were both very upset about an incident that just happened. I was able to take that idea and transfer it to the students and say, okay, wait a minute, breathe. It doesn't mean the day is over. It means that we've got a situation, let's fix it, and let's move on. And that made all the difference in the world. You see, when we're negative, it closes off all the ability we have to experience a positive day. Negativity will overrun positivity unless we really get behind being positive. Because quite often, negative is sneaky. It sneaks in there when you don't realize it. The other piece of being negative is that we become dependent on the actions of others or dependent on the circumstances that we find ourselves in. It takes away our ability to respond and make independent choices and choose the best path for us and choose to be positive and move forward. So here's the challenge. I want you to remember, next time something bad happens, something you wanted more, just remember to stop, breathe, look at it, and go, how fascinating that something bad would happen in an otherwise awesome day. Hey, thanks. I appreciate you listening. You know, if you find this of value or you know somebody that will find it of value, please take the time, share it, like it, even subscribe so you can catch more as I put them out. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. And please remember, be purposeful, act with integrity, and always build your character. You have a great day.